सर्वेभ्यो नमस्कारः। अद्य सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः अजन्तनपुंसकलिङ्गप्रकरणे चतुर्थः पाठः। जुलै मासस्य 12 दिनाङ्कः। इकारान्ताः नपुंसकलिङ्गाः धीयन्ते। तत्र वारिशब्दः दृष्टः। वारिशब्दस्य विषये प्रथम द्वितीय एकवचने स्वमो नपुंसकात् इत्यनेन प्रत्ययस्य लोपः भवति, तेन वारि इत्येव रूपम्। तदनन्तरम् अजादिषु विभक्तिषु सर्वत्र इकोजि विभक्तौ इति सूत्रेण नुमागमः क्रियते। नुमागमः रेफस्य सत्त्वात्, वारि इति प्रातिपदिके एव रेफस्य सत्त्वात् सर्वत्र णत्वमपि भवति। तेन वारि वारिणी वारीणि, वारि वारिणी वारीणि, वारिणा वारिभ्यां वारिभिः, वारिणे वारिभ्यां वारिभ्यः इत्यादीनि रूपाणि। तत्र द्वयोः स्थानयोः पूर्वविप्रतिषेधः दृष्टः। घेर्निति इति गुणे प्राप्ते ङेङ् असिङ् अस्ङि इत्येतयोः नित्सु प्रत्ययेषु परेषु घेर्निति इति गुणे प्राप्ते वृद्ध्यो उत्तजद्भावगुणेभ्यो नुम् पूर्वविप्रतिषेधेन इत्यनेन गुणं बाधित्वा नुमागमः कृतः। तेन वारिणे वारिणः इत्यादीनि रूपाणि। पुनः षष्ठी बहुवचने आम् प्रत्यये परतः नुमचिरतृज्वद्भावेभ्यो नुट् पूर्वविप्रतिषेधेन इत्यनेन नुमं बाधित्वा नुडागमः कृतः। नुडागमस्य प्रयोजनं भवति नामी इत्यनेन दीर्घोऽपि भवति, तेन वारीणाम् इति रूपसिद्धिः इति वारिशब्दः। इदानीम् इकारान्तः नपुंसकलिङ्गः अनादिशब्दः अस्ति। अनादिशब्दस्य अयं विशेषः यत् त्रिलिङ्गोऽयं शब्दः विशेष्यनिघ्नः। विशेष्यनिघ्नः नाम विशेषणम् इन् एड्जेक्टिव्। विशेष्यनिघ्न means a word whose properties will depend on its visheshya. That is, you cannot decide linga, vachana or anything by itself. The properties, whatever it is, depend on the visheshya. That is why it is called a visheshyanigna, which means again it also occurs in all three lingas. You can have forms in three lingas. न विद्यते आदिः यस्य सः बहुव्रीहि समासः। न विद्यते आदिः यस्य सः इति पुल्लिङ्गस्य विशेषणे कृते अनादिः इति ईश्वरः। I mean, who is anadi? In बहुव्रीहि always the question is अन्यपदार्थः कः इत्येव प्रश्नः। अन्यपदार्थः ईश्वरः भवितुमर्हति। ईश्वर एव भवेत् इति नास्ति, ईश्वरः भवितुमर्हति। तदानीं किं भवति? अनादि इति इकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः अनादिशब्दः हरिशब्दवत् भवति। एवमेव स्त्रीलिङ्गे न विद्यते आदिः यस्याः सा इति स्त्रीलिङ्गस्य विशेषणे विशेषणं भवति चेत् अनादिः इत्येव अविद्या इति अन्यपदार्थः भवितुमर्हति, माया किमपि। तदा इकारान्तः स्त्रीलिङ्गः अनादिशब्दः मतिशब्दवत् भवति। नपुंसकलिङ्गे कृते न विद्यते आदिः यस्य तत् अनादि ब्रह्म इत्यन्यपदार्थः। कथं भवति रूपाणि, कथं भवन्ति रूपाणि इति प्रश्ने प्रथमा द्वितीया विभक्त्योः वारिशब्दवत् भवति। अर्थात् सुप्रत्यये परे सोः लुक् स्वमो नपुंसकात् इत्यनेन लोपे अनादि, अनादि औ नपुंसकाच्च इति औङ्गः शी आदेशः, अनादि ई इकोचि विभक्तौ इत्यनेन नुमागमः अनादिनी णत्वं नास्ति निमित्ताभावात् अनादि अनादिनी, अनादि जस् जशसोः शिः इत्यनेन शि आदेशः, अनादि इ इत्यस्ति नुमागमः अनादिन् इ। सर्वनामस्थानसंज्ञा अस्ति इत्यतः सर्वनामस्थाने च असम्बुद्धौ इत्यनेन उपधादीर्घे अनादीनि, अनादि अनादिनी अनादीनि इति वारिशब्दवद् रूपाणि। तृतीया विभक्तेः तृतीयादिषु भाषितपुंस्कं पुंवद्गालवस्य इति सूत्रम्। चत्वारि पदानि सन्ति। तृतीयादिषु भाषितपुंस्कं पुंवत् गालवस्य। गालवः नाम कश्चन वैयाकरणः। तस्य मते एतद् भवति, अर्थात् विकल्पः इत्यर्थः। किं भवति? पुंवत्, यथा पुल्लिङ्गे तथा रूपाणि भवन्ति। तृतीयादिषु तृतीयाविभक्तेः आरभ्य कस्य एवं भवति भाषितपुंस्कम् इत्यस्ति तन्नाम किम् इति द्रष्टव्यम् नपुंसकस्य झलसः इति पूर्वसूत्रात् नपुंसकस्य इति अनुवर्तते एकोचि विभक्तौ इत्यपि अनुवर्तते प्रवृत्तिनिमित्तैक्ये भाषितपुंस्कम् इगन्तं क्लीबं पुंवत्वा स्यात् तादौ अचि. The latter part of the sutra artha should be clear. Igantam klibam napumsakalinga pratipadika ending in ik. Pumbad bhavati tasya rupani yatha pullinge tatha bhavanti tadau achi tadau nama tritiya vibhakteः आरभ्य अजादौ विभक्तौ परतः पुल्लिङ्गवद् एकं रूपं भवति इत्यर्थः. कीदृशम् इगन्तं क्लीबं भवेत् भाषितपुंस्कं प्रवृत्तिनिमित्तैक्ये भाषितपुंस्कम् अस्ति. कोऽर्थः बालमनोरमायां लिखति यद्विशेषणं पुरस्कृत्य घटादिशब्दाः तत्तद्व्यक्तिषु प्रयुज्यन्ते तद्विशेषणं प्रवृत्तिनिमित्तम् इत्युच्यते. Actually, to understand this, it would be much easier if you have had a background in Nyaya Shastra. Okay. I'll try to give an idea. I don't know how far I will be able to. Not in Nyaya Shastra, generally in all Shastras, according to the Shastras, for anything you take in this world, there is a Vyakti. Any particle you take, say you take a book or you take a man or you take a pot, anything, whatever you see, the physical manifestation of anything that you see is called a Vyakti. One Vyakti means a person, it is used as a person, but it means one manifestation of something. But a Vyakti cannot exist independently. It comes along with something which is called a Jati. Jati is not in the sense of the human races or something which we use today. Jati is some unique characteristic which identifies all objects of one particular class. For example, if you have a series of pots, there is some unique character which identifies all of them as pots. Right? Say ghataha asti, ghatavyaktayaha bahvyah santi. There are many different pots, but there is something unique and which is common to all of them, which is called ghatatva. Okay, ghatatva is the jati of ghata, that unique property which exists in every ghata and identifies it as a ghata is called ghatatva. Okay. Ghatatva is called a jati, and in this particular context that is also called a pravritti nimitta. What is pravritti nimitta? Yad visheshanam puraskritya ghatadi shabdaha tattad vyaktishu prayujyante. Visheshanam, a qualifier, something that qualifies it as a ghata. Okay. For example, if there is a, if a same thing has different names, for example, say, what should I say? Okay, for example, for earth, we have different synonyms, right? There is something called dhara, there is something called vasudha, etc. So for calling her dhara, there is some visheshana we call it, which is a dharati. She bears everything. That is why she called dhara. Now that dharatva, or that property of that dharatva, is that which is pravritti nimitta for the word dhara being used for earth. Now if there is some other word like vasudha, which we again use for earth, vasum dadati iti vasudha. Okay. Now having that riches, vasu means riches. Okay, so vasudatva is something, is the pravritti nimitta for that particular word being used for earth. Okay, so whenever we use any particular word to denote something, there is one unique property which makes it possible for that thing to be used. So say if for lotus, if we use pankaja, pankajatva, being born in panka, is the visheshana which is the pravritti nimitta. Okay, so yad visheshanam puraskritya ghatadi shabdaha tattad vyaktishu prayujyante. That qualifier which makes it possible for us to use one word to indicate one particular vyakti, that is called pravritti nimitta. Okay, say for example, if we are using ghata, if we are using the word ghata, the pravritti nimitta we say it is ghatatva. Okay? If it should have that property of ghatatva to be called a ghata. What is ghatatva is different. That has to be defined, and that is different. But the thing is, I mean, getting that vishesha is very easy. You add tva. Okay, ghatatva is the pravritti nimitta for ghata. Similarly, if you say manushyatva, manushyatva is that visheshana which identifies all particles which belong to the class of manushya. Okay, so if you are using the word manushya, so manushyatva is the pravritti nimitta for using manushya, the word manushya, to indicate something. So now, what is the, coming to the current thing, napumsake lingantare cha yasya ekameva pravritti nimittam tad bhashita pumskam ityuchyate. Now what we need is a bhashita pumska. Bhashita pumska is very easy here. Bhashita pumska means that which already has a pullinga form. If it is also exists in some other linga, strilinga, a word existing in napumsaka linga or strilinga, which also has a pullinga variation of it, that is called a bhashita pumska. Any word which exists, it need not be only in napumsaka linga. Say we are dealing with the word anadi, right? We are dealing with an ikaranta napumsaka linga called anadi, which also exists in pullinga. Therefore, it qualifies as a bhashita pumska. Now, Dikshitar says it's not just any bhashita pumska, pravritti nimittaikya bhashita pumska. So, for the word being used in pullinga and other genders, the pravritti nimitta should be the same, is what he says. Udaharanam, we have the same anadi shabda, that which does not have a beginning. So, the pravritti nimitta for anadi, for the word anadi, would be anaditva, that is the property of having no beginning. Okay. Whether we use that word in pullinga or strilinga or napumsakalinga, pravritti nimitta is the same. That is the visheshana which is enabling the use of that word is the same, anaditva, not having any beginning. Right? So, for the word anadi, it is a bhashita pumska, means it exists in napumsakalinga, it also exists in pullinga, and it has the same pravritti nimitta. That is, I mean, roughly you could say it is the same meaning in both, but it goes a bit deeper than meaning. It is a pravritti nimitta is the same in both pullinga and napumsakalinga. Okay. In such cases, beginning from Tatyaya Vibhakti when followed by an ajadi pratyaya, it will have one form like pullinga. As we saw in the earlier slide, pullinga, it will be like hari shabda. So now this anadi shabda, prathama dvitiya vibhaktiyoho vari shabdavat bhavati, tritiyataha ajadav vibhaktau parataha ekam rupam hari shabdavat, ekam rupam vari shabdavat, which means the word entirely like vari shabda, it has one form. But it also has additional forms in tritiya beginning from ta. So ta, nye, ngasi, ngas, os, am, ni, os, eteshu pratyayeshu pareshu hari shabdavat ekam rupam bhavati. So now coming back to my slide, anadi shabdasya napumsakalinga prayoge pravritti nimittam bhavati anaditvam. Pullinga prayoge pi pravritti nimittam anaditvam eva. It is the same pravritti nimitta whether it is being used in napumsakalinga or pullinga. So therefore, this is a bhashita pumska pravritti nimitta which has pravritti nimittaikya. Anadaye, anadine ityadi. So tritiya ekavachane, he did not give an example of tritiya ekavachana. Why is it? Even though the sutra says it starts from tritiya ekavachana, he is giving an example of chaturthya ekavachana and not tritiya ekavachana. Why? Can anybody guess? He should have given tritiya ekavachana as the example, right? That is the first thing we see. But he is giving chaturthya ekavachana as an example. Why? Yeah. So Tritiya Ekavachana form agama. There is no difference either in form or in prakriya. It is just the same form. Vari shabdasyapi angonasтрiyamiti nabhavo bhavati. Hari shabdasyapi angonasтрiyamiti nabhavo bhavati. Vyatyaha nasti. There is no difference. So he cannot give Tritiya. Chaturthitaha arabhyaiva vyatyaha drishyate. Hari shabdasya vishaye ghisanya asti. Hengiti iti gunaha hari hare e ayadeshe haraye iti rupam tatha anadaye. Anadi iti napumsakalingatve tu इकोचे विभक्तौ इति नुमागमः पूर्वविप्रतिषेधेन गुणं बाधते तेन अनादिन् ए अनादिने इति रूपम्. सो अनादये अनादिने अनादेः अनादिनः हरेः इतिवत् अनादेः अनादिनः इति नपुंसकलिङ्गे. अनन्तरं हर्योः अनाद्योः अनादिनोः इति रूपद्वयम्. षष्ठीबहुवचने समानम् अनादीनाम् उभयत्र आमिपरे नुडागमः दीर्घः अनादीनाम्. हरौ इतिवत् अनादौ वारिणि इतिवत् अनादिनि. Okay, अनादौ अनादिनि अनाद्योः अनादिनोः अनादिषु. So just 4 forms would differ. There are 4 extra forms, not even 4, 3 extra forms in no 4 extra forms. चतुर्थी एकवचने अनादये इति हरिशब्दवत्. पंचमी षष्ठी एकवचने अनादेः. षष्ठी सप्तमी द्विवचने अनाद्योः. सप्तमी एकवचने अनादौ. So these 4 forms are extra than वारिशब्द. वारिशब्दस्य अनादिशब्दस्य च स एव विशेषः. शेषं वार्यते. अन्यानि सर्वाणि रूपाणि वारिशब्दवत् भवन्ति. Any questions?
जी
हाँ, Mr. Suji.
प्रवृत्ति निमित्त IK means what?
हाँ, I'll come to that. So the next thing should make it clear. So yes, what is the point of? Okay, this is about pravritti nimittaikya iti kim. What exactly does he mean by pravritti nimittaikya, which we have not really understood, right? Because bhashita pumska is easy. If the word is in both napumsakalinga and pullinga, it would be called bhashita pumska. What is that pravritti nimittaikya bhashita pumskam? He gives an example. Piluhu vrikshaha tat phalam pilu. In Sanskrit we have this which applies to many trees and their fruits. Okay, the word which denotes the tree will be in pullinga, and the word which denotes the fruit would be in napumsakalinga. If I say amram, I mean a mango fruit. Amraphalam eva uchyate. Amraha ityukte amravrikshaha. It is a tree. This is seen everywhere. I mean, there is a sutra which gives it and all. So if it is a fruit, it would be in napumsakalinga. If it is a tree, it would be in pullinga. He gives an example of a tree. Pilu is a particular tree. He takes it because it is ukaranta. He could have as easily taken amram, but it wouldn't serve a purpose because it is akaranta. But it is seen for all trees and their fruits. A tree, amraha nama amravrikshaha, amram nama amraphalam ityasti. एवमेव पीलुः इत्यस्ति. पुल्लिङ्गे शब्दः वृक्षः. पीलुः कश्चन वृक्षविशेषः. तत् फलम् अपि पीलु इत्यस्ति. उभयत्र उकारान्तं प्रातिपदिकं पीलु शब्दः. Now, can this be considered for our purposes for Pumbadbhava is a question. Is this a bhashita pumska? Is this pravritti nimittaikya bhashita pumskatvam asti va? Iti prashna. So he says tasmai pilune. Okay, so tasmai nama tatphalam pilu. Tasmai nama tatphalaya ityarthe napumsakalinge pilune iti ekameva rupam natu pilave iti pumbadbhavaha nasti ityartha. There are no 2 forms. There is only one form, which is pilune, which means this pumbadbhava is not applying here. Why is it not applying here? So as I said, यदा वृक्षविशेषः पीलुशब्दवाच्यः तदा पुल्लिङ्गः पीलुशब्दः. यदा पीलुजन्यफलं पीलुशब्दवाच्यं तदा नपुंसकलिङ्गः. So it exists. The word pilu exists in both lingas. It exists in Pullinga and it exists in Napumsakalinga. But when it exists in Pullinga, it means a tree. When it exists in Napumsakalinga, it means a fruit. Okay. Vrikshavacyatve pravrittinimitam bhavati pilutvam. When it means a tree, the property which identifies it as a tree can be called pilutva or piluvrikshatva, whatever you call it. Okay. The pravrittinimitta is the property of a tree. Okay. Now, phalavacyatve tu, when you mean a fruit, pravrittinimitva cannot be pilutva, right? That which identifies it as a tree cannot identify it as a fruit. What would be the pravrittinimitta for a fruit? Pilujatvam athava pilujanyatvam. Being born of the pilu tree is what identifies it as a fruit. Is this point clear? Pravrittinimitta, the identifier for a pilu tree, is the property, some unique property of the tree, which we mention it as pilutva. Okay. But this pilutva does not identify the fruit. A pilu fruit is nothing like a pilu tree. It is not identified by pilutva. It is identified by, it is called pilu because it has been born from the pilu tree. So pilujatvam, like we say pankaja means pankajataha. So pilohu jataha iti pilujaha, born of a pilu tree. Being born from the pilu tree is what identifies the fruit. Okay. So there is a pravrittinimitta difference. Pravrittinimitta for a tree is different and pravrittinimitta for its fruit is different, even when they are both indicated by the same word. Right? So therefore there is no pravrittinimitta. Yeah. Atra na pumvat pravrittinimitta bhedat. So since there is a difference in pravrittinimitta, there is no pumvat bhava in this case. There is a karika which is seen in Bala Manorama. If you look at the Bala Manorama, now there is something like a shloka which says Pilur vrikshah phalam pilu pilune natu pilave vrikshe nimittam pilutvam tajjatvam tatphale punaha. Very easy. Piluhu vrikshaha. There is a tree which is called piluhu, which is pullinga. Phalam pilu. Its fruit is also called pilu. The chaturthi form would be pilune natu pilave. It does not have a form like haraye or gurave. Why? Vrikshe nimittam pilutvam. For vriksha, when it is a tree, the pravritti nimitta is called pilutva. Tajjatvam, nama pilujatvam, being born from pilu. Tat phale nimittam. For the fruit, the pravritti nimitta is pilujatva. So therefore, there is no pravritti nimitta ikya and there is no pumvat bhava in this case. Is it clear now or is there still a doubt?
It's clear.
Any questions?
Swamiji, why does it say tat jatvam tatphale punah?
Tatphale nimittam bhavati tajjatvam ityanmaya.
Why punah?
Punaha. Punaha does not have any. I mean, it is like tu.
Okay.
Padapurana.
Padapurana. Okay.
Tatphale tu, he should have said, but tu does not fit the chandas. So. Okay. So I think we can go ahead. Asthi, dadhi, sakthi, akshni, akshi. Iti ikarantaha napumsakalinga. So see two napumsakalinga words ikarantas. Vari shabdaha, anadi shabdaha. Vari shabdavat kvachit hari shabdavat rupani bhavanti. Idanim ete ikarantaha napumsakalingaha. Asthi. Asthi means a bone. Dadhi. Dadhi is curds. Sakthi. Sakthi is the joint in the ankle. It's called Sakthi. Okay. And Akshi. Akshi means eye. All of them ikarantaha napumsakalingaha. Prathama dvitiya vibhaktyoho varivat. Again the forms would be asthi asthini asthini, asthi asthini asthini. Rupani bhavanti. and they are all not भाषितपुंसकाः सर्वे नपुंसकलिङ्गाः एव अतः पुंवद्भावस्य प्रसङ्गः नास्ति किन्तु विशिष्टं कार्यम् उच्यते अस्थि दधि सत्यक्ष्णाम् अनङ् उदात्तः पदत्रयं विद्यते सूत्रे अस्थि दधि सक्थि अक्ष्णाम् एतेषां चतुर्णाम् अनङ् उदात्तः अनङ् आदेशः भवति स च उदात्तः तस्य उदात्तत्वम् अस्ति कदा भवति इकोचि विभक्तौ इत्यतः अचि विभक्तौ इति अनुवर्तते तृतीयादिषु भाषितपुंस्कं पुंवद्गालवस्य इति सूत्रात् तृतीयादिषु इति अनुवर्तते तृतीयादिषु अचि तृतीया विभक्तेः आरभ्य अजादौ विभक्तौ परतः एतेषाम् अनङ् इत्यादेशो भवति येषाम् अनङ् स्यात् तादौ अचि स च उदात्तः that anang will be udatta which part we can leave it I mean we can never make it out so the thing is they have an anang means an is the adesha niccha ittanena nitvat antadesho bhavati ityarthah अर्थात् अन्त्यस्य इकारस्य स्थाने अन् इत्यादेशो भवति दधि आ इत्यस्ति तृतीय एकवचने इकारस्य स्थाने अनङादेशे दधन् आ इति भवति दधन् आ इति स्थिते अल्लोपो नः भसंज्ञायाः सत्त्वात् यत्र अन् इति भवति तस्य भसंज्ञायाम् अकारस्य लोपः तेन दध्न आ दध्ना इति रूपम् एवम् अस्थ्ना सक्थ्ना अक्ष्णा इति रूपाणि भवन्ति दध्ना दधिभ्यां दधिभिः तत्र तु अनङ् नास्ति अनङ् occurs only when it is followed by अजादौ विभक्तौ परतः okay अजादौ विभक्तौ परतः एव अनङ् सो दध्ना दधिभ्यां दधिभिः दध्ने चतुर्थीकवचने दधि ए दधन् ए अल्लोपे कृते दध्ने दधिभ्यां दधिभ्यः दध्नः दधिभ्यां दधिभ्यः दध्नः दध्नोः दध्नाम् all three vibhaktis are ajadis so we have dadhan and alloponah ityanena allope dadhnam dadnah dadnoh dadhnam dadhni dadhani alloponah ityasya vibhasha ishyoh ityasti ni प्रत्यये परे शि इत्यस्मिन् परे च अकारस्य अत् इत्यस्य क्षम्यताम् अन् इत्यस्य अकारस्य विकल्पेन लोपः भवति तेन दधन् इ इति स्थिते अल्लोपे कृते दध्नि अल्लोपस्य अभावे दधनि दध्नि दधनि दध्नोः दधिषु शेषं वारिवत् all other forms are like vari so for these it's only the vishesha is only in tritiya vibhakti beginning from tritiya vibhakti in ajadis okay so this karya is very commonly seen for akshi shabda akshna akshnoho akshnam sarvatra prayogaah bahulyena santi it also gives sometimes rise to a bhrama that akshi shabda is nakaranta because it sounds like you have akshini akshini everywhere you hear the nakara so there are many people who confuse it to be a nakaranta word but it is actually an ikaranta napumsakalinga you have anangadesha when it is followed by this. It sounds completely like a nakaranta word but it is not nakaranta it is ikaranta okay evam asthi sakthi akshini all four words have the same tadantasyapi anang atidadhna so this there is one paribhasha which says padangadhikare tasya cha tadantasya cha padadhikare angadhikare idam sutram angadhikare vidyate पदाधिकारे अंगाधिकारे च यत् कार्यं विहितं तस्यापि भवति तदन्तस्यापि भवति so even in a samasa you would get the karya so this adidadhna brahmaणेन दधि अतिक्रान्तः इति तत्पुरुष समासः अधिशब्दस्य उपसर्जनत्वम् अस्ति उपसर्जनत्वेपि अनयादेशः भवति तेन अतिदध्ना इति भवति Okay, there's a question. Apart from the pronunciation angle, is there any grammatical significance for specifying that anang is udatta? No, that is the major part. I mean, in those days, I mean, when Panini wrote his grammar, because it was meant both for the Vedas and Laukika Samskrita, the swara is very important. It lays a lot of emphasis on swara, which is for ucharana. There are some cases where a karya might be told if it is udatta. Say, varnad anudatta topadhato naha. It says if it, the varnavachaka shabda which is anudatta, then you get something. If it is udatta, then you get something. There are a few karyas which are based on what swara it has, but mostly it is meant only for pronunciation. In this case, it is for the swara itself and not any prakriya difference you generally cannot show for the udatta. Any other questions? Okay. Yes. So that is about ikarantaha napumsakalingaha. Okay. One more question, which is a paribhasha padangadhikare tasya cha tadantasya cha. Padangadhikare pada anga adhikare tasya cha tadantasya cha. Tasya nama yasya vihitam tasyapi karyam bhavati tadantasyapi bhavati. So just like we saw jaraya jarasanyatrasyam, it would apply both for jara itself and also for nirjara, ajara, everything. So in the entire angadhikara and padadhikara, the paribhasha applies. I mean, tadanta vidhi exists. Okay. Now, ikarantaha napumsakalingaha. किमपि नास्ति अत्र. ह्रस्वो नपुंसके प्रातिपदिकस्य इत्यनेन ह्रस्वः. So whenever we come to dirgha in napumsakalinga, it automatically gets converted to a hrasva by hrasvo napumsake pratipadikasya. Sudhi shabdah asti. Shobhana dhihi yasya tat. Sudhi iti sthite hrasve krite sudhi iti bhavati. Sudhi sudhini sudhini sudhi sudhini sudhini ityadi. हे सुधे हे सुधि हे वारे हे वारि इतिवत् रूपद्वयम्. सुधिया सुधिना. When you come to tritiya, from tritiya vibhakti, this is a bhashita pumska. Okay, since the word sudhi exists in both pullinga and napumsakalinga, and the pravritti nimitta is the same. Sudhi is having a good intellect, is the pravritti nimitta in both pullinga and napumsakalinga. Pravritti nimitta ikyam asti. Ataha तृतीयादिषु भाषितपुंस्कं पुंवद्गालवस्य इति सूत्रेण विकल्पेन पुंवद्भावः. पुंवद्भावः नाम पुल्लिङ्गवद्रूपं. पुल्लिङ्गवद्रूपम् इत्युक्ते सुधी इत्यस्य किं भवति? सुधी शब्दस्य कथं रूपं चेत् वस्तुतः धातोः अयम् ईकारः यरनेकाचः इत्यनेन यणि प्राप्ते नफूसुधियोः इति यण् निषिध्यते. निषिद्धत्वात् अचिष्णधातुभ्रुवां इवोर् इयङ् वङौ इत्यनेन इयङ् आदेशः कृतः. तेन सुधिया इति रूपं. नपुंसकलिङ्गे तु सुधिना इति भवति. सुधिया सुधिना. एवमेव सुधियां सुधीनां षष्ठी बहुवचने सुधि आम् इति स्थिते for in the pullinga form you have iyang. In the napumsakalinga form, you have nut followed by dirgha. So, sudhiyam, sudhinam. So, in all cases, tritiyataha arabhya, ajadishu vibhaktishu parataha, pullinge iyang adeshaha, napumsakalinge numagamaha, athava nabhavaha, nudagamaha, ityadi. Okay. Similarly, you also have a word called pradhi. Pradhi, prakashtadhihi yasya tat, iti pradhi. पुनः अस्यापि ह्रस्वो नपुंसके प्रातिपदिकस्य इत्यनेन ह्रस्वे कृते प्रधि प्रधिनी प्रधीनि Pradhya, Pradhina. So the difference between Sudhi and Pradhi is Sudhi does not have yan because Nabhu Sudhiyoho iti nishedha vidyate. Pradhi shabdasya tu एरनेकाचो संयोगपूर्वस्य इत्यनेन यण् भवति तेन पुंबद्भावे प्रध्या इति रूपं नपुंसकलिङ्गे तु प्रधिना नुमागमो नाभावो भवति प्रधिना इति रूपम्. So in ikarantas, what if you go back to pullinga, there is lot of stuff. For napumsakalinga it is just this. It will be either yan or yang based on the word itself.
So when we get so Somyaji, when you get a word, we don't know it is being used with the intention of Bhashita Pumska or regular, or do you have to anvaya, do the anvaya and see where it fits, whether it's a
depends on the
Napunsaka?
samasa. Bahuvrihi samasa is always Bhashita Pumska because it can be in all three lingas. So all these are examples of Bahuvrihi samasa. Bahuvrihi samasa is the most common instance where it will be a bhasha. It has to be a Bhashita Pumska.
Okay.
With Pravatti Nimittaikya. If it is a different word, like say when you have Pilu, some special word, then only you'll have to wonder. Otherwise, if it is Bahuvrihi samasa, it is Bhashita Pumska.
Okay, thanks.
So, okay. Ukarantaha napumsakalingaha. Madhu madhuni madhuni. So as we have always seen, ukaranta is always like ikaranta. Madhu shabdaha vari shabdavat. Ajadishu vibhaktishu ikochi vibhaktau iti numagamo bhavati. Sorry, this is not he madhi, it is he madho, he madhu. Sohu luki krite nalumatangasya iti prakrite lakshana nishedhe he madhu iti rupam. Tasya anityatva pakshe hrasvasya gunaha iti gune krite he madho, he madho, he madhu. Varivat. So all forms are like vari. There is no difference. Evam amvadayaha. Ambu shabdaha. Ambu ambuni ambuni. इत्यादीनि. सर्वे उकारान्ताः एवमेव भवन्ति. सानु शब्दस्य स्नुर्वा. सानु इत्यस्ति उकारान्तः नपुंसकलिङ्गः. मांसपृतना सानूनां मांसपृत्स्नवो वाच्याः इति वार्तिकम्. पद्दन्नोमासितसूत्रे मांस शब्दस्य मांस आदेशः, पृतना शब्दस्य पृत् आदेशः, सानु शब्दस्य स्नु इति आदेशः. स्नवः इति वार्तिके अस्ति, शम्भवः इति वत् स्नवः, मांस पृत् स्नु. सो शसादिषु शसः आरभ्य स्नु इति आदेशो भवति सानु इत्यस्य स्थाने. तेन snuni, sanuni. The adesha also is ukaranta, so there is no difference in prakriya, but there are two forms: snuni, sanuni. Snuna, sanuna. इत्यादिना सर्वत्र स्नुभ्यां सानुभ्यां रूपद्वयं भवति. सानु शब्दस्य स्नु आदेशः. क्रोष्टु शब्दः already seen in both Pullinga and Strilinga. Now, Kroshtu itself cannot be Napumsakalinga. It means a jackal which exists in both Pullinga and Strilinga. Samasah kriyate. Priyaha Kroshta yasya tat iti. So, Priya Kroshtu iti ukarantam pratipadikam. Asya trijvat bhavah bhavati va iti prashnah. Kroshtu ityasya visheshah bhavati trijvat kroshtuh. सर्वनामस्थाने परे नित्यं तृज्वद्भावः. विभाषा तृतीयादिषु अचि इत्यनेन तृतीयादिषु अचि विकल्पेन तृज्वद्भावः. स्त्रियां नित्यं तृज्वद्भावः. So that was the thing with क्रोष्टु शब्द. तृज्वत् क्रोष्टुः स्त्रियां च विभाषा तृतीयादिषु अचि इति सूत्रत्रयम्. So what will happen here? प्रियक्रोष्टु प्रियक्रोष्टुनि. Supratyaya upratyaya nasti. This is neither sarvanamasthana nor tritiyadi ach. So there is no question of trijadbhava. Priyakroshtu priyakroštuni. Shasi sarvanamasthanattvat trijat kroshtuhu iti prapte. Shas pratyaya. Why shas? It can be jas also. It's not only shas, it is jas and shas. In both cases, jashasohu shishi iti shi. इत्यस्मिन् शी आदेशे कृते तस्य शी सर्वनामस्थानं इति सर्वनामस्थानसंज्ञायां सत्यां तृज्वत्क्रोष्टुः इति तृज्वद्भावे प्राप्ते तृज्वद्भावात् पूर्वविप्रतिषेधेन नुम् वृद्ध्यौत्व तृज्वद्भावगुणेभ्यो नुम् पूर्वविप्रतिषेधेन वार्तिका which we saw just yesterday. So he has वृद्धि औत्व तृज्वद्भावा तृज्वद्भावात् पूर्वविप्रतिषेधेन नुमागमो भवति. It is नुमागम overrules तृज्वद्भावा. So therefore there is no तृज्वद्भावा. प्रियक्रोष्टूनि यथा मधुमधुनी मधूनि तथा प्रियक्रोष्टु प्रियक्रोष्टुनि प्रियक्रोष्टूनि. तादौ पुंवत्पक्षे in from ta, as I said, all bahuvrihi samasa is bhashita pumska with pravarti nimittaikya. So dvitiyadishu bhashita pumskam pumbad galvasya ityena pumbad bhavah bhavati. पुंवद् भावः यदा भवति पुंवद् भाव पक्षे विभाषा तृतीयादिषु अचि इत्यनेन विकल्पेन तृज्वद् भावः. So पुंवद् भाव itself is optional. In पुंवद् भाव तृज्वद् भाव is optional. So there should be three forms. When it is pullinga, when there is pumbad bhava, there would be two forms, with trijvad bhava and with no trijvad bhava. And there is one form with no pumbad bhava at all. Right? So now, pumbad pakshe kim bhavati? Priyakroshtra, priyakroštuna iti rupadvayam. Trijvad bhave krite priyakroshtr a iti bhavati. Yani krite priyakroshtra iti when there is pumbad bhava and also trijvad bhava. तृज्वद्भावस्य अभावे तृज्वद्भावः विकल्पितः. सो तस्य अभावे आङ्गो नास्त्रियाम् इति नाभावे प्रियक्रोष्टुना प्रियक्रोष्ट्रे प्रियक्रोष्टवे चतुर्थेकवचने प्रियक्रोष्ट्र ए इत्यस्ति. यणादेशे प्रियक्रोष्ट्रे तृज्वद्भावस्य अभावे घेर्निति इति गुणे प्रियक्रोष्टो ए अवादेशे कृते प्रियक्रोष्टवे. So these are all, there are two forms when there is pumbad bhava. Anyatra nama napumsakalingasya yadrupam tatra. So there is, when there is no pumbad bhava, trijvad bhava purva vipratished numeva. So in napumsakalinga, overruling trijvad bhava, you have numagama everywhere because of vridhyautva trijvad bhava gunebhyo num purva vipratished. Priyakroštuna priyakroštune ityadini rupani. So there are three forms in starting from Tritiya Vibhakti in when the pratyaya is ajadi, which is ta, ngasi, ta, nge, ngasi, ngas, ni, os, am. So there will be two forms in Pullinga and one form in Napumsakalinga. I mean one form similar to Napumsakalinga, two forms similar to Pullinga. Okay, any questions?
Samyati,
Yeah.
This is not very clear to me. It's not very clear to me, this section. Maybe I should go back and read the material here in Balamanorama, etc. Is that Samasambhadam, right?
It is a samasa, bahuvrihi samasa. Priyaha kroshta yasya tat. We need a samasa because kroshtu shabda by itself does not exist in Napumsakalinga. It exists only in Pullinga and Strilinga. To show the forms of kroshtu shabda in Napumsakalinga, we have done a samasa. So priyaha kroshta yasya tat iti bahuvrihi samase. We now have an Napumsakalinga word, priyakroshtu. So how are the forms is a question.
So
What is the
priyaha kroshta or priya?
Kroshtri yasya tat could also be done, but this is.
Yes. So
but if we do that.
Sorry, I thought in Bahuri Samasa, the Pumbad Bhava is only applicable to Purva Padam.
To?
Purva Padam, right?
No, that Pumbad Bhava is different. That is entirely different.
Okay.
That Pumbad Bhava for the Purva Pada is something which is a part of Samasas. Okay, we are not touching with that here. That Pumbad Bhava, part of a Samasa, where if there is a Samasa, the Purva Pada gets Pumbad Bhava is different. That is again Striyam Bhashita Pumskadanung iti Bhinnam Sutram. This Pumbad Bhava is for Napumsakalinga words. That Pumbad Bhava is for Strilinga words. Strilinga words becoming like Pullinga. It's an entirely different thing which is seen only in samasas. This what we are dealing with is for napumsakalinga words which also exist in pullinga. I mean, putting it very simply, that is all. What is there is, if there is a napumsakalinga word which also exists in pullinga, starting from Tritiya Vibhakti, it will have forms like both. It will have one form like pullinga and one form like napumsakalinga in ajadi pratyayas. That is all. So this Pumvadbhava is different. This is for only for napumsakalinga words, and it is in the form. This is not samasa. We are not concerned whether it is samasa or not, doesn't matter. It happens to be samasa because we need a napumsakalinga word, that's all. So whether it is samasa or not, if it is napumsakalinga and also exists in pullinga, then we will have two forms, one of the pullinga type and the other of the napumsakalinga type. In this case, the pullinga type itself has two forms because of Trijvat Bhava Vikalpa. So we end up with three forms, two forms of the pullinga type and one form of the napumsakalinga type. The napumsakalinga type is like Madhu Shabda, like any ordinary napumsakalinga word. The pullinga type, if we go back to pullinga Kroshtra Shabda, you will see there is Trijvat Bhava and there is no Trijvat Bhava. There will be two forms. That's all.
Thank you for the clarification. I was confused on that.
Yeah. So that is not concerned at all here. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so this ends Ukaranta. And next, actually, we don't have much at all. There is very little to be seen, but yeah, we'll see that in the next class. We'll be finishing Azanta Napumsakalingas in the next class. We'll start with Halantas, probably. Okay. Yanakshara samam nayam adhigamya maheshwarat kritsnam vyakaranam proktan tasmai paninaye namaha vakyakaram vararuchim bhashyakaram patanjalim paninim sutrakaram cha pranatosmi munitrayam munitrayan namaskritya तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते.